Wow, what a nice feeling to have you all out there listening to this very broadcast. It's going to be superb despite all that we've been passing through as a result of poor network. But in as much as we have that belief and focus and consistently, we will not let anything bring us down. We are here in live broadcast about TBC, and the topic today has focus as the main thing what we should always think about. So it's such a wonderful day here. Today is Saturday, the 4th of August 2018, and I remain my humble self, Amici Eke, doing what I know how to do best, despite the lack of facilities presently, but that is not in any way making us to want to slow down. We want to keep it pushing forward. So, like I earlier said about the topic, how we can maintain focus, maintaining our focus in TBC community. There are so many things around us today that sometimes, if you're not careful, we get carried away thinking that we are doing the needful, not knowing that we are doing the wasteful. We are just busy our time unnecessarily. So there is a paragraph in a book that I love reading, and I'm going to just chip in out a few sentences there. And this talks about listening to the right voice. He actually captions it, say, learn to listen to the right voice. Why do we need new voices out there dragging for our attention? Then it behooves on us, it's left for us to listen to the one we choose to. But here, this book says, learn to listen to the right voice. So if it says right voice, that means there are so many voices inclined to do the things that are least important, but so reluctant to do the essential thing that success and happiness demand. Why are we so inclined, or sometimes we are so reluctant to do the needful, something more important to get busy with? It is because so many voices out there are crying out for our attention. But if we are not focused, we get carried away and start doing the wrong thing. At, at the end of the day, we look back, I have indeed wasted so much time doing the wrong thing. If I had known, if I had been wise enough, if I had been able to think clearly and see where things are moving to, I could have made the wrong choice. This is about the ability for one to remain focused. So if there is any other time to be focused, instant in TBC, it is right now. Why do we say right now? Because there are so many distractions here and there. There are so many people who are getting fed up, who don't know the direction of the billion coin, who are just busy coming up with different ideologies, far different, far removed from where TBC is actually going. For those who want to benefit from TBC and do the billion coin community, focus and nothing more is the in thing. So we need to be focused and know where we're going. Where we're going in the billion coin is such important, so important that we will not allow anything whatsoever to get us distracted. Learn to follow the basics, learn to follow the rules, learn to follow what the admin is dishing out from time to time. It is true that we have so many other things to do, but when we learn that very good habit of trying to focus on some things at particular time, not giving excuses, unnecessary excuses, why we have to remain distracted from time to time. We don't have to be distracted because already we have other things we are doing. So it's now left for us to weigh between the two options. This thing that I'm doing, am I really giving it the needed attention, or am I just gathering up so many things in my hand? And when I look at so many things I've gathered, I'm not really paying much attention to each of them. I'm just, I chip in here, I talk here, I do this, I do this. At the end of the day, you find out that the result will be zero. You've actually ended up doing that warrants commendation. So in TBC community, For those who understand what it is no longer a question of whether TBC is standing. TBC is already standing. It has stood. Let me use the word stood because it's already firmly standing and showing people the right way to do things. The only problem that people are having today is how to remain focused. This is going to 3 years now that the billion coin has been around, and people are acting as if before TBC there were nothing. It may be true that there were nothing before TBC because TBC are going to give them the ideas, the way how, the knowledge to do things. And when they are not immediately seeing it happening in their own way, that way, they become discouraged and start giving different excuses and start bad mouthing, start abusing, start questioning their admin, start showing the admin what to do instead. But the question is, where were those people when admin, even before admin came up with this very idea? Where were they? Admin has shown that focus means a lot more, much more to him or her. And when we look at how everything is unfolding in TBC, we see that it's one good step leading to the next, one good step leading to the other, one good step making things getting clearer and clearer. And another thing that gets people highly discouraged or confused is that people lack doing things now or never. I could remember there was a time TBC was fully moving. Yes, the discount was just busy doing all sorts of nonsense, doing whatever they like, and things were moving. And I could even see some who were saying that, oh, for long now we've been cheated. And if not that TBC come along and things is like this, and things have really changed, I don't know where I would have been. That is people. And the reason why they were saying those things is that they were giving free hand to do all they want, whichever they want it. They are busy discounting the coin. They are busy going contrary to the terms and conditions. And if that had been allowed, if that had allowed that to continue, for now, I don't think there will be anything called TBC. It will have gone just the way other MLM and other quick businesses has gone. So people should learn how to follow things up. Admin has proven to us that remaining focused in what he's doing is the prime thing. That is why when it came of notice that people are bound to drag this platform down, the central things has to be closed down. And when it got closed, many also were busy bad mouthing, saying all sorts of things that you wouldn't want to hear or even talk out about TBC because it's no longer the way they want it to be. But they are the same people who, prior to that, have seen that if treated the way it is meant to be, that TBC stands to give them so much more than they ever thought of that is going to be possible. Even those times that elapsed during the time whereby the send button were shut down, look at the increment. It didn't even stop the coin from moving. It didn't stop the daily increment. And some few days back, when the migration came to an end, people were saying, oh, I think we could have allowed them more chance, more time. But one thing I come to realize about Admin is that once he states something, he's going to keep it in that way. It's true that so many people did not migrate. Actually, they were waiting to see what because of TBC. But from what they're seeing around presently or recently, they are already struggling. But even as that, if you have not migrated before now, you are given other areas to go about it. But for you to know that you are not going to be the reason why the billion coin will stay put in one place without moving forward, something has to be done about that. So it's either here or there. And if everything is true, as me as a person, I don't easily give up. When you see something that is working for you, even if it is not working now, you know that when you put the right action, it's going to work. Why must you allow it to become a story. When you say that something is going to work just the way it is stated is going to work, don't listen to what others are saying. Listen to what your inclination is telling you, because if you put the right effort, you are going to gain the right result. So remaining focused is all about seeing things and doing things the way they ought to be. So many are busy creating and joining different chat groups. Is there giving room, or is it sort of giving you reasons why you should be up and doing in your TBC, promoting it and doing it rightly? What you see is a whole lot of debates, whole lot of confusions, distractions, and all sort of ideologies that may not actually. So by joining so many groups in WhatsApp, be it in Facebook or any other social platform, you just end up getting confused. I have come to understand that most of people who choose to belong to most of those groups, none of them are actually doing pretty well. The highest they can do is just quickly they grab some people's money, give them wrong informations, and before you know it, call their phone number, it's no longer them. Why? Because they want things now or never. TBC is not just a day tomorrow business. TBC has come to stay, and we are seeing all evidence. We are seeing proofs that things is happening the way it is projected. So the best thing we can do is by not allowing, because you cannot be spending your time and effort on those who ignorantly and purposely choose not to do anything about what they know. Those who once believed in TBC are becoming distracted. Why are they becoming distracted? Because so many fly overnight businesses are all over the place. And because of this, they are now looking at quick way to make money and do other things. But they are just getting things so wrong. They are getting the wrong in the sense that TBC is too much. If you can just sit back, just face one side of TBC. For instance, sit down and learn all those instructions that people are finding it difficult to follow. Learn those instructions, because without that instructions, you are going nowhere in TBC. And even if you are finding it difficult to sell your TBC, if you learn those instructions, you end up multiplying your sources of revenues. When you learn those instructions, so many people will be coming to you when those instructions is to be put to use. Because the way I understand TBC concept is that most of what is going to happen probably next month, they will begin now. They will start now to announce it. Look at, do this, don't do that, follow it like this. If you've been going the other way around, this is now time for you to maneuver it and follow it the other way around. And they do things actually. So many people, we have heard about this before, and then nothing is going to happen. There's nothing like changes. And in fact, let me just sit back and wait. So many have discovered that sitting back and waiting actually keep them back. You don't need to sit back. That is why the third question of following instructions is so important for anyone who wants to succeed in TBC. Follow instructions and follow things up. There's no doubt about it that you can't be there if you are not there. If you are not there, you can't be there. TBC is not something you just fold up your hand and say it is going to work magic for you. TBC is not magic. TBC is not working magic. Aha. So many other people are also thinking that it's your money, you can just, you know it's your money, but why are you not working for your money? Yes, you know it is your money. It is therefore important for you to work for your money and have your money protected and have your money do things with. But you fold up your hand. You've been able to see that TBC, the idea of having bank or different exchanges, is not really the major idea or the main reason why TBC is there. TBC has come to be or to represent what we have today as real means of exchange, peer-to-peer transactions. Your bank is your phone, your bank is your e-wallet, your bank goes on with you everywhere you go. And that is why the other day I was just marveling at the rate of the advancement in technology. A meeting was held in YouTube. Are we following? Yes. So one of the members who was supposed to be in that meeting, instead of that he's not going to, instead of failing to attend, he was on the road and he got connected from that place. See the beauty of technology. But supposing it's a meeting held in a particular location and due to traffic or whatsoever, you weren't able to meet up, what would have happened? It could have been that, oh, I couldn't make it. The traffic was much and this and that. But via technology, the young man was able to connect and everything went fine. He also contributed. And that is why you used to see that the advancement of technology is making things to move plainly well, better. So for all those who are finding fault with the ideas of TBC, or those who are getting distracted that it's not going to work, I'm always moved to laugh at them because these same people who are saying that it's not going to work, that it's not working, they're also making use of technological advancement, technological equipment. Is phone not working? Their mobile phone is with them. They have other technologies that they are making use of. And I say that something like having money treated like what is supposed to be cashlessly is not going to be possible. Now, tell me, what has happened to our post offices? Has the email not replaced them? So let's think correctly. Let's think seriously and know that we are moving forward. TBC is not a childish play. TBC is so large and so big that people are getting it wrong by saying that it is not working. TBC is working. I gave example the other day, just that the broadcast didn't come out well as expected due to our poor network here. But the example I was trying to cite there is this. When you go to a construction site, a building is being erected. What do we see there? I might mention that there'll be so many temporary structures, and those temporary structures, some will be meant to house the equipment that the workers will be using. Some structures will be for the workers to be sleeping in, other areas and things like that. You just see that so many things are scattered. Even before the main building gets started, you see other small structures put here and there. That is in preparation for the main building that is going to stand. And what did I use that to represent? I use that to represent so many other websites that TBC was attached with. And now, when you look at most of those websites, when you click some of them, they're going to give you error 404 or direct you to look at the Kringle back cache back office. Look at how wonderful it is getting updated these days. All these are pointing to the fact that the main building, which happens to be TBC, look at the 009 wallet and look at the problem that some people were passing through before they end up sending TBC, thereby falling into misunderstanding with the TBC commissioner by sending a full TBC. Who is going to afford the TBC, full TBC? And then now, what do you see? When you log into your e-wallet 009, you notice that the idea of even having full TBC has been removed. So all you need to do is that you transact basically on Kringles, and that Kringles can give you whatever you want. So without either knowingly or unknowingly falling victims to discounting or doing something, anything wrong. So as I was saying, in the temporary structures on a building site, we have such many structures, temporary ones, so to say. As the building is moving gradually, coming to an end, and when you see some finishing touches being given to that building, the main proposed building, happen to those small structures, those temporary structures. You find out that some of them were actually built where is known or where places reserved for car park, swimming pool, other areas. You see them dismantled. So what do you see in TBC community today? You see that most of those sites that served as temporary structures are gradually getting dismantled, and the tools in there now are now being taken to where they really belong. So make the your Kringle back office check through the drop-down menus and try to see what I'm saying. The problem that most of us are having is this: we are not patient enough. We don't try to see what the effort expended in TBC so far has been. That so much more, so much, in fact, so much has been going on in TBC. So people should remain focused. By remaining focused, even when you talk to people about TBC, how confident and focused you are, we reflect. And that is how you end up closing up a deal, helping people to know that TBC is not something of now and maybe something that's going to just stay for a time. 2 years and going to the third year, what are we seeing? Gigantic step, bigger steps being taken. So I always feel as if people don't know what TBC is. People don't really know where the billion coin is going, and that is the problem with them. They are used to lack. People are used to scarcity. People are used to fake living. But this is reality on ground. So why are we drawing back? Why are we allowing other little things misdirected? We shouldn't. If we are to know that what we are doing or what we belong to is so big, we wouldn't want to listen to any naysayers. Learn instead to know how you can talk to people about TBC. Another important thing that people should not forget is this: it's very vital to one's success. It is very important. If you belong to any community or anything you want to do in this life that 100% of the people give you go ahead to do it, please run faster, run as fast as your leg could carry you. That thing is never done. So don't wait until everybody you come across tells you that, yeah, you've got into something great, TBC is the best, this and that. No, there must be some people who will not understand it, or even if they understand it, they have been made to believe that things will never be in that way. So allow each one to be satisfied with his or her and do what you are doing. Except if you know that you are no longer comfortable with the ideas of TBC, fine and good. If you're not comfortable today, tomorrow is there. But I'm appealing to you, if you're not comfortable, if there's any way you can give me your login details, give me access to your e-wallet. But I know that is not the best thing. Let's go ahead and share this gift. Let's go ahead and help people to see why TBC is still the best thing. Some are saying those people who have actually worked hard for TBC, and we are still having so many other means that people can use to get free cookie reward. Why would TBC not just close it up and make it mandatory that anyone coming to TBC must struggle to pay whatever it is? Such kind of people I look at. TBC gave out promo. and that things is going to be for all. Then why are they getting overly annoyed just because TBC said do this and you get so many things for free? Why are they getting it all wrong? They are not on that. If they understand the idea of TBC extending this gift to people, they will really appreciate that the billion coin is not saying one thing and then doing another thing. Remember, we talk about abundance. We talk about level playing ground for all. But why are now people getting annoyed, getting angry that TBC is giving the gift, that the admin is giving the gift, giving others opportunity, like getting $100 worth of TBC, and you stand by the end of November to get some additional cookies. And they are not happy over that. Why? That people must have, since they have been in TBC, they have spent their money to do this and do that. The same gift is also applicable to you. You have stages. TBC is a system. So why it is still like this? Why not do all we can to make sure that the idea in promoting TBC and helping people to really appreciate it go on, instead of looking for excuses, looking for a way to discourage others from doing that? When we are focused on what we are doing, those who don't know it, we see that we are not playing with what we are doing. So let's resist the tendency of allowing ourselves to be distracted. Let's maintain our focus. Let's learn to follow the instructions. Let's learn to do what is needful. Let's know that the idea now is for us to move the community forward. The idea now is for us to share the gift to people. People sometimes don't understand what it means that of someone being in a journey. For the fact that you're in a journey, you can't just get to that place you are going immediately. While on a journey, you're bound to pass so many places. You're bound to pass, in fact, especially a long journey. It's only when you get to your destination before you can see. But here now in TBC, we are still so much in the journey. We are still moving. TBC is not stagnant. And we should be happy that we are not in any way distracted, except those who choose to be distracted. There are so many programs attaching themselves to TBC, but those who still know the value of what they have, they are not easily carried away by those so-called multiple programs known as third parties using TBC in different way on different format. Some are genuine, some are trying to project it to people the best way they can. Some stake their money because they know that yes, when this thing actually becomes something as it is already turning out to be, they are going to gain it in 100-fold. So do all you can, anything it will take, not allow yourself to be distracted. When you remain focused in TBC, you see that there are a whole lot of avenue even for you to make money, even right now. But when you listen to what Randy used to say, when you take your time, spend your time to follow the instructions and watch the blogs and watch videos and see how successful others are in the community, oh, it will really uplift you. It will really move you forward. It's only when you are afraid, if I do this, what will people say? Then go ahead and do what people be carried away with what people say instead of what you do with your life. But one thing I'm assuring is that your conviction in TBC is contagious. When you are convinced and choose to remain focused and talk about TBC the way it should be talked about, that conviction is 100% contagious. Others who don't know about it will be moved on to want to see what is exactly this thing that this person has been talking about. And when you expose it to it because you are convinced that you know it inside out, believe me, the result will surprise you. Be assured that most of them will even come to understand it more than you do, and they'll be the one to teach you. So please, don't allow naysayers, don't allow quick gratification mood or whatsoever to distract you about TBC. Do the things necessary for you to succeed in the billion coin community and give others the chance, opportunity to learn TBC. Don't discount. If you have anything you don't understand about it, let those people who know it help you to understand it. Thank you. I remain my humble self, Amechi. Partner with me and you see good stories. You have good stories to tell about TBC. Till when next we talk, bye for now.